Okay, good morning. In this session, we are talking about the advantages and disadvantages of virtualization. In the previously, we discussed about the virtualization, objectives of virtualization, characteristics of virtualization, some benefits of virtualization, pros and cons of virtualization technology. Later, you have a time, you will discuss about the VMware, that means virtualization technologies. Hyper-V, Gen, and then virtual iron. And then pros of virtualization. Here, what are the advantages for the virtualization? The reduced IT cost. Here, by using this virtualization technology, you can reduce the IT cost. The virtualization help in business to reduce in several ways. According to Mike Adams, a senior director of cloud platform product marketing at a VMware, he said that the virtualization helps the business reduce the cost in several ways, different ways, whatever may be the different ways. It may be IT cost, it may be building cost, different ways are there. Next, capital expenditure saving. Here, virtualization allows the companies reduce the IT cost by requiring few hardware servers. Here, why? Because why you are taking a few hardware servers here? Because of virtualization, instead of 5 servers, you are using only a single server. Instead of 5 server, only you are using a single server. That is a main advantages here. You are requiring few hardware server. That's why you will reduce the cost. And then coming to the operational expenditure savings. Once servers are virtualized, your IT staff, that means you can expenditure, you can reduce the IT staff greatly. That means your expenditure for the company, you are going to reduce it. The ongoing administration and management of manual. The time-consuming process by automating operations thus result in a lower operational expenses. Yeah, that is a main important thing here. If you performing the or if you done the virtualization for the different server, automatically you will reduce the cost. That means you are reducing the IT staff, reducing the cost that gives, and then time consuming process for the manual operation because of automation. That is a thing. The next important one, data center, and fourth important thing, data center energy efficiency saving. Here, as a companies reduce the size of their hardware and server footprints. Why? Because we have a virtualization systems are there. Here, because of virtualization system, you are going to reduce in the hardware. They lower their energy consumption. That means the consumption of energy. That means in terms of the consumption of energy, in terms of cooling power, data center square footage, and the resulting in a lower cost. That means it is a energy consumption. You are going to reduce on the energy consumption. Next important one, efficient resource utilization. You can utilize the previously already you discussed it. Only 5 to 50% of hardware you are utilizing the only 50% of hardware, but the remaining wasted. Here, because of virtualization, you are going to utilizing the all IT and all hardware resources. The virtualization enables business to get the most out of their investment in hardware and resources. That is a important thing here. And then coming to the another important advantage in this case here is a using virtualization for an efficient hardware utilization. Already you discussed the concept here. The virtualization decreases the cost by reducing the physical hardware systems. That means you are that instead of previously you discussed the one concept here. For example, Infosys company required 5 physical server. Instead of 5 physical server, you are taking only one physical server is a host operating system, and then remaining servers are called as a guest operating system. That is a virtualization technology. And then virtual machine use the efficient hardware, which lower the quantities of hardware. That is another advantages for the virtualization. And then using virtualization to increase the availability, the number of advanced features that are not found on a physical server, which increase the uptime and availability. And then disaster recovery. The disaster recovery is very easy and when your servers are virtualized. That is, you can recover in the, that means recovery process is very easy. Here in the virtualization, if you comes to the AWS, they're having the snapshots of your virtual machines, and then save energy. You already discussed that one. Moving physical server to virtual machine, here that is a physical server, the lower monthly power and cooling cost. That means you are saving the power and then cooling cost in the data center. That is in terms of saving energy. And then deploying servers too fast. That means because of virtual AI, because the data in a virtual machine stored as a single file, a virtual file. That means it's a R group of file. That's why you can deploy the data easily. That means you can quickly clone an image, master template or existing virtual machine to get a server up and running within a minutes. You don't have to fill out the purchase order, wait for shopping, receiving, and then rack and stack cable physical machine only to spend additional hour waiting for the operating system and application to complete their installation. That is a main important of the virtual. That means because of this virtualization, you can deploy servers too fast and then save space in your server. Save space in your server room or data center. The imagine a simple example. You have two racks within two physical servers and then one switches. For example, I require by using virtualizing your server, it will help you to reduce the half the space used by the physical server. That means you are sending that is a you can save the space. And then testing and setting up lab environment. While you are testing and installing something on your server, it crashes. Don't panic, as there is no data loss. Here, that is a best advantages. And then other advantages here is a shifting all your local infrastructure to cloud in a day. That means because of virtualization, you can migrate your infrastructure to cloud. You can store a data in a particular, not in a local machine, in a cloud storage. Yeah, that means that is everything in a fraction of seconds because of this virtualization. If you decide to shift your entire virtual infrastructure in cloud provider, you can do it in a day. All hypervisors, a hypervisor is a connectivity between your hardware as well as the operating system. Here, all hypervisor offer you a tools to export your virtual servers. That is a important advantages in this case. And then other advantages in this case, here is a what are the other advantages? Number of servers reduced by use of virtualization concept. There are some best advantages are there. What are the number of servers gets reduced? Already discussed that concept. Improve the ability of technology. Because of this virtualization, you can improve the technology. The business rise due to the use of virtualization. That means you are, for example, instead of using 5 servers, you are using only single server. That means you will increase, you can expand your business. That means scaling up. That means you will expand your business scaling up within a structure. It creates a mixed virtual environment. Increase the efficiency for the development and test environment. Lowers total cost of ownership. These are all some of the advantages of virtualization. And then disadvantages are there. Cons of virtualization. Here, what are the disadvantages? Limited disadvantages are there here because virtualization. Not hardware, software can be virtualized because some of the software system not supported for the virtualization. Here, that is a one drawback in it. The drawback is that not all servers and application not virtualized friendly live say that. That means you cannot some of the operating system, some of the hardware devices not support the virtualization. Some of the software systems not support the virtualization. But simple disadvantages there. And then software licensing. Here, this becomes the less of the problem as a more software vendors adapt to the increase the adoption of virtualization. That means you require there is a license. You have to give the license. If it is a hardware, no need to get the license. There's software in the sense you need to get the license from the vendors. That is a one important and learn the new infrastructure. Because of this virtualization, you have to learn the new infrastructure. The implementing, managing virtualized environment will require IT staff with expertise in virtualization. That means in the platform here, that means they should learn about the virtual mission, hypervisor information, like that. The virtual related concept they should learn. That is called here new infrastructure. That means all IT staff you have to learn the new infrastructure. That is the concept behind the pro. Now you are going to know about the virtualization technologies. The virtualization offers by the different companies. Different, for example, VMware. VMware is one American company. That means it offers a different products for virtualizing the different, for example, for virtualization of server, for virtualization of operating system, virtualization of application. They offer some product. And then Hyper-V. Hyper-V is a Microsoft Hyper-V. That's a developed by the Microsoft company. And then Gen is a one technology, and then VirtualBox is a one technology. All these technologies provides a virtual environment for the different things. Here coming to the first important one. Here in this virtualization technology, first you will know about the VMware software. Here, what is a VMware? Here, VMware is a American software company from California, USA. Here, what is the company aim here? It provides a cloud computing and virtualization software and services. It's having the more number of services are there. It offers a cloud-based services, some desktop-based services, some server-based services. Like that, it offers a different services. Already, you worked on VMware software. That means for creation of already you created a Linux operating system by using VMware software. Here on top of the Windows 10 operating system, Windows 10 operating, you installed a one operating system. The operating system here is a Windows 7 already previously installed, and then Linux operating system also installed. That means that by using VMware provides a cloud computing and virtualization software. And then it was one of the first commercially successful company to virtualize the 64 architecture of microprocessor. Here, that means it's a successful company, first company. And then VMware desktop software runs on a Microsoft Windows. That means Linux and then Mac OS also. That means different operating system supports the VMware. And then VMware allows businesses to run multiple operating systems, multiple application and operating system on a one server. That means you will run in a. That means if you comes in olden days, if you go to the olden days, it is very difficult. Run the Windows operating system as a Linux operating system in one computer. But now it is very easy. Why it is very easy? Because of virtualization. Because of virtualization, VMware allows a business to run multiple application and operating system on a one single server. And then VMware enable user to create and run the VMs, virtual machine. What is a virtual machine? That means on top of the hypervisor, you are creating the n number of virtual machine. Virtual machine, you call it as a together. It is a virtual in the sense duplication. The duplication of one operating system as well as the application. In that is a virtual machine. Here in this VMware enables the user to create and run the virtual machine directly on Windows, Linux, desktop and laptop. That means you will create and run the virtual machine in a single Windows operating system or Linux operating system or laptop operating system. Those virtual machines run simultaneously with the physical machine. That means if you want to execute a virtual machine, you require physical machine. With the physical machine, it will execute, it will run simultaneously. That is a virtual machine. Each virtual machine runs its own operating system, such as Windows. Sometimes you may use the Windows operating system. Sometimes you may use the Linux operating system. Here, VMware offers number of different virtualization applications. Here, what are those virtualization applications? Here, the current product are these are all different applications done by the VMware. The current products are current software are current. Then that means you may call it as a editions also. The current products softwares are editions of VMware. One is a desktop edition or desktop software. The second one is a server software. Other one is a cloud management software, application management software, storage and availability softwares. That means we will call it as a edition. You will call it as a products, application management products, storage availability products, networking and security products, and other products are there. That means VMware offers these different applications. Here, the first one is a desktop edition. These are all different applications. Seven different products released by the VMware. Desktop edition. That means that's a software edition. VMware Workstation. The first desktop edition is a VMware Workstation. Initially, in 1999, that means VMware launched a VMware Workstation. Here, VMware Workstation is one of the longest running modern day of virtualization application. Hereby, it is a modern, that means oldest and longest application. Here, modern day of application. It allows user to create a multiple 86 based virtual machines on a single physical machine. Here, 86, 8086 microcontroller. Here, a wide number of guest operating systems such as Windows, Linux, Mac OS can be installed on those virtual machines. That means by using this number of, that means you will execute the guest operating systems. You will, that means one virtual machine you are executing as a Windows operating system, another virtual machine you are executing as a Linux operating system, and then coming to the another virtual machine you are executing as a Mac OS. Mac OS. That means in one system you will execute the n number of guest OS. And then coming to the VMware Fusion. This is similar to VMware Workstation. The only difference is that what is the only difference here? VMware Fusion designed for users of the Mac Intel hardware platform. Only that means only dedicated to the Mac Intel hardware platform. It is compatible with all virtual machines created by the other VMware application. That is the only difference here. But here everything same as the previous VMware workstation. Coming to the VMware player. That one has a desktop application. This application is a freeware application and is offered to user who do not have a license to run VMware Workstation or VMware Fusion. Here, Some of them are without license, they want to execute that one. Without license, here without licensing, you can run this virtual machine. Unlike other application, VMware player cannot create a virtual machine. However, it can run them. Here it cannot create the virtual machine, but here it is used to run the virtual machine. That is, those are all, these three are called as a desktop editions in a VMware. Coming to the server editions, these are all softwares. Server editions are server softwares. Here, what are the server edition here? Very important one. That means VMware ESX server. That means we will discuss later about the all components of ESX server. Here, what is this server here? This is a low enterprise level virtualization product that is offered by the VMware. This is a one of the software. This software does not require a host operating system or a host operating to be installed as a that means does not require the host operating system. That means that operating system to be installed as it is installed directly on a server's hardware. That means you can directly install on a server. That is called here bare metal virtualization solution. Previously discussed about the bare metal virtualizations are there, hypervisors. This is unlike the desktop edition, which are installed as an application from within their host operating system. Here, VMware ESX server is a much more efficient than other virtualization technologies. It is a much more wide. That's why you will discuss about the architecture of a VMware ESX server because it has a lower system overheads and interact with the hardware directly. That's why VMware EX is a more um, good capabilities, and then it is a more power than the remaining virtualization servers. Here we have other one is a VMware ESXi. This application is similar to VMware ESX server application. The only difference is that it takes a less memory. Is it clear? That means VMware ESX server takes a more memory, but here it takes a VMware ESXi server takes a less memory because its service console is replaced with a simpler interface. Here, that means there is a service controller is there, but here you are replacing the service controller with the interface. That's why it takes the less memory. From July 2008 onwards, VMware EXX is available to download for free. That is something about the server editions. Here, another important server edition is a VMware server. VMware's free server virtualization application. This is a VMware free server, but previous two required license. It is an application which needs to be installed on a host operating system, that is either Windows or Linux. It required host operating system. And then due to this fact, it is not an efficient, it's not as efficient as other virtual VMware server edition, which are installed directly on a hardware. Yeah, but that's why. But what is the thing here? You require host operating system. If you have the host operating system, then only you will install on top of the operating system. You will install this one. And then, however, VMware server does allows you to create a multiple virtual machine, which can have the number of different desktop operating system installed. Here it's required that means what is the thing here? VMware server does allows a to create multiple virtual machine, just like a virtualization. Here another important one, third one here is a cloud management products. Third important product, cloud management products. Here these are all cloud management products here. VMware uh, realize suit, VMware Go, VMware Cloud Foundation. These are three are called as a cloud management products. Here, a cloud management platform built for the hybrid cloud. Here, the VMware we realize suite is a management platform that is built for the hybrid cloud. I think you have idea about the public cloud. private cloud, hybrid cloud, and then some of the public cloud, combination of both public cloud and private cloud, we call it as a hybrid cloud. That means every anyone, sometimes the company is required, sometimes private cloud in the sense within organization, only that particular organization will access that one. The public in the sense anyone can access that particular cloud. Here the combination, sometimes some of the companies required public as well as the private cloud. That's in that particular cases you are using a hybrid cloud. Here VMware Go is a web-based service to guide the users of any expertise level. Here it is a VMware Go is a web-based service here. Web-based service in the sense previously desktop-based services are there. Here everything done web-based online. That means web-based service to guide the users of any expertise level by using installation and configuration of VMware vSphere hypervisor. Another important one, VMware Cloud Foundation. The Cloud Foundation provides an easy way to deploy and operate a private cloud on integrated SDD. SDD means here you have a something about the SDD, software defined data center. Here the software defined data center system, and then application management product. VMware Workstation Portal was the self-service app store for workstation management. Here for the application management, you have a one portal is there, workspace portal. The portal was a self-service app store portal. By using that is a one of the product. Another one is a storage and availability product. Here VMware storage and availability products are consist of two primary offerings. One is a VMware vSAN and other one is a VMware Site Recovery Manager. VMware vSAN as well as the VMware Site Recovery Manager. Here VMware vSAN previously called it as a VMware Virtual SAN. Here, what is the VMware vSAN? What is the specialty of vSAN? How it will store some solution. Here, how can you store this solution? Which type of server solution it will store? You will discuss this one. Here, VMware vSAN is a software-defined storage solution that is embedded in a VMware ESXi. That means the VMware ESXi is a server application. The second server application, the advanced one for the VMware ESX. Here, another one is a VMware Site Recovery Manager. Here, the Site Recovery Manager is a disaster solution that automate the failures, failovers, and failback of a virtual machine uh, to, to a secondary site using policy-based management, or from the secondary site using policy-based management. That means it will offer this information. Coming to the networking and security products, VMware NSX is a VMware network virtualization product. This product marketed using software-defined data center. The software-defined data centers are there. That is a data center in the data center often represents it's a data. It's a simple term here. Data center in the sense, just like for example, if you go to the godowns, a large number of buildings are there. In that buildings, you are storing something like that. The data center in the sense, large number of buildings. Within the buildings, they are having the different servers. That is called here data centers. And then some of the other products are there. Workspace one, and then VIX, virtual infrastructure extension. VIX, virtual infrastructure extension. These are all the other product. First one here is a workspace one. What is a workspace one? Workspace one allows mobile user to access application as well as the data. That means you are accessing the application as well as the data indicates that platform as a service. In the platform as a service provides the application and data accessed by the user, remaining accessed by the vendors. And then coming to the VIX. What about the VIX here? Virtual infrastructure extension. The VIX is a API, allows automated management of computer virtualized using either VMware vSphere workstation or VMware Player or VMware Cushion products. With the help of all these products, you are using, you are allowing the automated management of computer virtualized. VIX provides a binding for the programming languages C, Perl, Virtual, Visual Basics, VB Script, C Sharp. That means these products are Visual Basics, the Microsoft products. That means VIX provides a binding for the programming languages. These are, that means C, Perl, Visual Basics, and then VB Script. And then coming to the very important topic in this case, here is a VMware infrastructure. Here, what is the VMware infrastructure? How can you represent this VMware infrastructure? What are the components in a VMware workstation? Here, VMware infrastructure is a full infrastructure virtualized soup. The VMware infrastructure provides a virtualization, management, resource optimization, application availability, operational automation capabilities in integrated offerings. Here, that means the specialty of the full infrastructure virtualization suite is there. Virtualization provides a virtualization techniques, management techniques, resource optimization technique, application availability techniques, operational automation capabilities. Here, VMware infrastructure virtualization aggregates the physical hardware resources across the multiple system. Here it's a combines the infrastructure here. It will combine the different physical components in one place. It comes from different resources from different systems. It provides a pool of virtual resources to data center in the virtualized environment. In the virtualized environment, the stream of virtual resources. It provides the stream of virtual IT resources. That is a virtualization. The VMware infrastructure brings about the set of distributed services. Here, what are the distributed services? Policy-driven resource allocation, high availability, and then backup of entire data center. Here, these are all different services provided by the VMware infrastructure. Here, this is a VMware infrastructure. On bottom, you have a different servers are there, different servers, and then the different servers have the storage capabilities. And then on top of the hardware, you have a different servers. Different servers have the different storage capability. Here, for this one, you have a different virtual machines are there. I am the first. I'm going to explaining about the VMware ESX. Previously discussed that one. The server. The server is a desktop edition or server edition. This one is a server edition. ESX server. What VMware ESX server. Here the components here. Virtual machines are there. Virtual machines consist of operating system and application. Here we have a virtual center server. Virtual center server. On top of the virtual center server, it's having the backup components are there, and then HA high availability, and then on top of this one VI client, and then VI web services, and then VI SDK. These are all different components of VMware infrastructure. Not VMware infrastructure here. In the VMware ESX server. VMware ESX server infrastructure. That means different servers. That is the infrastructure. Here comes to the VMware ESX infrastructure. ESX infrastructure is a robust, the production proven virtualization layer runs on physical server that abstract the processor, memory, storage, networking resources into multiple virtual machine. That means the specialty of this mission here is a converting the storage, processor, networking resources into multiple storage. Here, two versions of ESX server available here. ESX server 3, that means ESX server 3i. Server 3i consists of built-in service console, and then VSX server 3i does not contain service console. That is some two different versions of ESX server available versions. Here coming to the infrastructure components. Here what are the components here? Virtual center server, virtual infrastructure client, virtual center server VCS. This is the central point for the configuration, provisioning, managing virtualized IT environment. Here if it comes to here, V virtual center server. Here if you comes to here, the virtual center server is available. That means the green mark, there are green mark indicates the virtual center server. What is the specialty of this server here? It is a central point for the configuration, configuring the IT environment, provisioning, managing the virtual IT environment. It is a central point. Next one is a VMware infrastructure client. Here that is called here VI client. Here top, here in the diagram here top indicates a VI client. Here what is a VI client here? VI client are simply called as a VMware infrastructure client. It is an interface that allows user to connect remotely to the virtual center server or individual ESX server from any Windows PC. That is a specialty here. That means this client also works as an interface here, works as an interface and allows some of the user to connect remotely to the virtual center server. The virtual center server, what is the virtual center? It is a center point for configuring for managing the IT resources. That is a center point here, or an individual ESX server from any Windows PC. That is a special. And then coming to the VMware infrastructure web access, VI web access. Here if you see here, VI web access, the VI web access, the top, the middle component, VI web access. Here what is a VI web access here? A web access interface that allows virtual machine management and access to remote consoles. This is a one of the component. Here VI web access also an interface. Here this interface allows the virtual machine management. And then other important one, VMware virtual machine file system. Here if it comes to the diagram, VMware virtual machine file system is available. VMware here, the bottom VMware virtual machine file system. Here what is the specialty of VMware for virtual machine file system? High performance cluster file system. It is a high performance cluster file system for ESX server virtual machine. Other important one, VMware virtual symmetric multiprocessing. Symmetric multiprocessing. What is the bottom? If you see the diagram here, bottom hand the comes here. The bottom virtual SMP. Virtual SMP. Here the future that enable a single virtual machine to use multiple physical processor simultaneously. What is the specialty of this one? SMP, it will use a single virtual machine to use. That means enables some virtual machine uses a multiple physical processors at a time. Other one here is a VMware vMotion and VMware storage motion. Storage vMotion. Here coming in the diagram here, VMware vMotion and then VMware storage motion also available. Here what is the specialty of this VMware vMotion and storage motion? Here VMware vMotion enables the live migration. Already discussed previously about the live migration. Here the virtual machine transferring or migrating from one machine to another machine. Here it's allow, that means enables the live migration of running virtual machines from one physical server to another with zero downtime. the continuous service availability, and complete transaction integrity. We here with the that means it will migrate the live migration of virtual machine, one virtual, that means running virtual machines from one physical server to another physical server here with zero downtime. And then that means the continuous availability, the complete transaction integrity. With the help of this information, here that is a main specialty of this server. Other one is a VMware high availability. The VMware high availability in the sense future that provides a easy to use and then cost effective high availability for the application running in a virtual machine. That is a VMware high availability component. Other components are there. VMware distributed resource scheduler. Here, if you come to the diagram, it consists of one part of the scheduler. Here, this is a feature that allows and balances the computing capability dynamically. Allows and that means it futures. It is a future. It allocates and balances the computing capability dynamically across a collection of hardware resources for virtual machine. And then coming to the VMware backup. What is the specialty of VMware backup here? VMware backup is one of the feature that provides a that means easy to use centralized facility for the agent-free backup of a virtual machine. That is provides some of the information. What are the information here? Easy to use, centralized facility, and then it simplifies the backup administration and resources the load of ESX server, and then VMware infrastructure SDK. The last and final component in this case is VMware infrastructure SDK. What is the VMware infrastructure SDK? It is a feature that provides a standard interface for a VMware and a third-party solution to access the VMware infrastructure. Particularly for accessing the VMware infrastructure, it is a some third-party solution. That is some components of VMware infrastructure. Other thing here is the Microsoft has released their Hyper-V software, which is a direct competitor for the VMware own EXI server. That means previously discussed the ESX server edition. That means next you will discuss about the hypervisor. Microsoft hypervisor is a competitor for the VMware. At the moment, test shows that the performance-wise, ESX server edition currently leads even though Microsoft released that one, the performance, if it comes to the performance, ESX server having the more performance than the Hyper-V software. This is something about the VMware. Okay, thank you.